crypto warriors, changing our world day by day. The way of the crypto warriors, can't rely on the bankers, no way.
Good morning, Bix Weir, roadtour.com with your morning horn of Z's, a sip of chaga coffee. Well, tip of the hat. Cheers to the deep state for doing what they wanted to do yesterday. Bravo, bravo to you. I'll have a little bit to talk about that later in this telecast. First, I want to say, since Biden was officially, hasn't been sworn in yet, but is officially the guy, metals get slammed and cryptos go crazy. I've been saying for a million years. If Biden wins, cryptos are going to go through the freaking roof. Why? Because half of them are deep state-owned property. Especially our favorite, XRP, right? How long have I... And it's interesting because the woo-woo people were saying, oh my God, XRP is going to go crazy. And then it's going to crash. I do believe Trump has 13 days. The good guys have 13. It's not Trump. Trump's just the face of it. 13 days. 13 days left. I said I wasn't going to get to politics, and I did. Let's talk about silver. Yes, 100% lockdown. Lockdown. They're going to try to lock it down all the way till their guy gets in the president, and then you're looking at the same thing that Barack Obama did. They will control the price of silver. Barack Obama in 2011 brought in a guy named Bill Daley as his chief of staff. Who was Bill Daley? Bill Daley was they called him the head of the SWAT team, Jamie Dimon's SWAT team at JP Morgan, where you bring him in, they takes care of business, and then he goes out. Yes, the same Daley crime family. So Barack Obama in 2011 brought him in as chief of staff. Price of silver went from $20 to $50 and then get slammed down. And when Bill Daley left at the end of the year, it was back down to $20, $25. Operation, I call it JP Morgan Operation Silver Slam, and expect more of that. That will be Biden's number one criteria when he gets in, is to get the price of gold and silver under control again. Now, do I think that it'll happen? Do I think Trump won't play all his cards between now and then? We'll find out. No, I'm on the side of the good guys. I think the good guys can end this tomorrow if they wanted. But we'll see. We'll see. Hang on to your physical silver. It's going to get a little silly out there. Cryptos are going through the roof. The roof is on fire because the pedo's in the house. Yeah. Now, again, those who watch my channel, huge. I mean, Satoshi was a good guy. Instantly, it was taken over by pedos, but there is hope. Many of the cryptos, you just got to get some of the big guys out of there. The core developers of Bitcoin. They're all over the place. But remember what I said about Theta, is that Theta is necessary for the good guys and the bad guys. So Theta will do well in both scenarios. Theta will do much better if the good guys win, because a lot of the pedals will be chased out of town and strung up, and everybody will say, oh my God, it's riddled with criminals. That's my take. So, let's take a look. Bitcoin up 9%. XRP up 40%. It's like I wrote it down in the script, right? Yeah, XRP will continue to climb unless something else happens with the deep state, which I think will. 13 days is a lot of time when all you got to do is press a button and release all the facts, all the videos, all the pedophile stuff and the human trafficking, and it's really easy to do. Just keep that in mind. But until then, yeah, XRP, the banker's solution, will continue to go up. I'm sure everybody who owns XRP and is holding it out is going to say, yes, this is the greatest thing ever. I just don't happen to think that letting pedophiles run our world is the greatest thing ever. We've been living with it for so goddamn long. We're at the brink, so hang on tight. There's a lot out there going on in the crypto world. Of course, Theta has now dropped down to number 19 and is not up because it's not part of that gang. I can't even imagine a better scenario of loading up on Theta right now, especially if it gets under $2. That's my number, my current number. Selling all your other cryptos and loading up on Theta. This is not financial advice. And if what was decided yesterday by our bought and paid for criminal Congress, if what happened yesterday stands, then there's a lot of cryptos that will go crazy, like EOS and Monero and obviously XRP, if it stands. If it doesn't stand, you can watch those dive, and I think Theta will rise above all else. That's my take, though. Do with it what you may. I know how hard it is. All these, the swap, Simple Swap and CoinSwitch are having problems. People saying, I can't get my money out. I don't know what's going on. Right now, you're best off, if you're in the U.S., because you can't buy Theta in the U.S., which is fucking ridiculous. But, think who the regulators are. If the regulators are the bad guys, of course they're not going to allow you to get Theta. Now's the time you got to think and do what you can. I am recommending 100% go to Caleb and Brown. Caleb and Brown is an Australian broker. Jeff Zilstra right there. You can see him hanging out with his wine. I didn't know he liked wine. Great company to get Theta. You need at least $2,000, but I would suggest a lot more. But I'm not a financial advisor, obviously. Caleb and Brown, I'm going to link I have an affiliate association with them. You get a discount on their percentage that they take. I think it's down to 3.5%. You don't even know what these swaps and exchanges are charging you, by the way. So definitely, if you want to get your hands on some Theta, you have over $2,000 to spend on it. My link is below. I have all other instructions at roadtoroot.com on the private road. But now is the time. People are saying, oh my God, I keep losing money in this swap thing. They keep, I'm not getting the coins that I ordered. You got to go. Now is the time to go through someone who knows the business, Caleb and Brown. They have a wait right now. So fill out the form. I think it's 10 to 15 days. Wait, because they got to do KYC. Yes, you're going to have to give them all your info. So don't think you're going to do this in the dark. And then you're going to have to deal with your bank in transferring money overseas. Who said cryptos was easy? But this is my recommendation. And you can buy as much Theta as you want, and you can stake it. And Theta is doing some amazing things the first quarter. I do have a chart that I have been working on. And I'll just give you a little highlight. It goes, I've already stated this year it's going to be $88.88, which is a 40x move. So it starts slow and then May 1st. The end of April, beginning of May is the big run up for about 3 or 4 months. That's when the 10x moves happen. So right now, you got a little time to get yourself some Theta. Good guys or bad guys win. Again, they both absolutely, all cryptos need Theta to work. Why? Because there's not enough bandwidth. We cannot have a crypto future with clogged internet. This is a must for both sides. So yes, all the Bitcoin people investing now are going to be throwing that money into Theta. Because Bitcoin doesn't work if Theta doesn't work. It expands the broadband. I think it's called the last mile rule or something. It's the end part of the broadband spectrum. And it is such a huge problem that nobody's talking about. If you ever see that little circle going around, it's going to get worse and worse and worse when you're downloading a movie. So Theta is number one in the eyes of the good guys and the bad guys because nothing works in our future if Theta doesn't work. Or they'll have to spend trillions of dollars building out the infrastructure of broadband. And no government's going to do it. No individual company's going to do it. Why when we have an easy and free solution? And the free part is the really interesting part. Because of the economic system that they set up within the technology company of Theta Labs, it's practically free. That's why their smart contracts are free too. And although they say we're not competing with Ethereum, Ethereum is running into a huge problem, gigantic problem. And that problem is they haven't delivered what they promised. It's massively expensive to do a transaction on Ethereum and slow. Expensive and slow, and you're out of time. But all those companies that built on Ethereum, because they use the same language in Theta, can all port over to the Theta smart contracts 15 times faster right now. And the transactions are free, practically. 0.00001, something like that, T fuel. And T fuel is trading at 3 cents. People ask me, oh, look at the T fuel ratio. What should I do? I'm taking all the mined T fuel I have and swapping it for Theta. T fuel is it's a utility token within the Theta ecosystem that can be changed. Theta is not going to be changed. It's a billion tokens. As we see, T fuel can be changed and will be changed to make it more useful. And you won't see T fuel go crazy because then people won't want to use it. It's a cost situation and a use case situation. I mean, if Netflix, YouTube, Amazon can stop their payments to the content delivery networks that they pay millions and millions and hundreds of millions of dollars to and use the Theta network, they would love to do that. And then all of a sudden you got Netflix and Amazon and YouTube coming over to Theta. As a matter of fact, there's 7 validator nodes left, around 7. If it's cheap and easy to use, and oh, by the way, if Samsung's throwing that software on every single one of their smart TVs, definitely, you're going to want Theta over Theta Fuel. I'm not trying to diss Theta Fuel. And I agree, Michelle Whitedove's take, and she sees it going to $1. And it's only 3 cents. But when you think about it, that's a 33% increase. Whereas she sees Theta going from where it is $2 right now to $3,000. Not 33%. It was 33 times what it is today for Theta Fuel. For Theta, that's over 1,000 times. That's over 1,300 times. So yes, if I ever get enough Theta Fuel, every time I hit 1,000, I can buy 1,000 Theta for my Theta Fuel that I've mined. I would do that in a second, and I am doing that. It's piling up. It takes a while to get 1,000, though. But yeah, so I think the ratio between Theta and Theta Fuel is unknown because you can change anything you want about Theta Fuel to make it a better use case for the whole community. And clearly we want cheap smart contract transactions. And clearly the big guys, YouTube, Netflix, if they're going to come into Theta, they want cheap as can be. And what's as cheap as can be? Like zero. So I look at it and I say, Theta is a guarantee in my mind. Theta Fuel is a fly-by-night. It'll do well. I think Michelle's right. It'll get up to $1 per Theta token. That's 33x from here, which is, if you look at almost any investment, that blows anything away. Other than Theta, which is 1,300x. That's my take, though. That's why if I ever I'll get on occasion people saying, oh my God, I don't know what to do. I said, I'm not your financial advisor, but here's the story as I see it. And it's highly manipulated. Both of them are, all of them are. But Binance controls it. So you'll see run-ups where Theta Fuel will run up so much faster than Theta. And it really wants the drive to swap all your Theta for Theta Fuel is there. And it was always Binance doing it because they have the most Theta Fuel. That's my take. All right. Moving on, let's talk quickly about the election, the charging of first of all, the charging of the building, Capitol building, breaking into the Capitol building, 100% deep state. They opened the gates. It was a false flag, obviously. They opened the gates and said, come on in. And then you had the same actors as in the Antifa stuff. It's all bought and paid for. Complete bullshit. Here's a great article on Zero Hedge. Questions about the chaos at the Capitol desperately need to be answered. Like most Americans, I was absolutely horrified by the violence that I watched at the U.S. Capitol on Wednesday, but I had a difficult time trying to understand what I was witnessing. Trump supporters are almost always extremely peaceful, but many of those who were storming the Capitol were being very violent. That didn't seem to make sense to me. How in the world did protesters get into the Capitol in the first place? And here it is. Of course, they just opened the gates. Come on in.
Police are squabbling with protesters.
Look at he's in motion. Come on in. Come on in. Come on in. Come on in. Let's go cause some trouble. Let's go Antifa people. That's amazing.
Police are
they
squabbling.
Have proof. If they didn't want them to come in, they would have had armed guards on the steps of the Capitol building. They wanted this shit to happen, and they got the result they want. They got the result they were looking for. Definitely a psyop. Check this one out. Big crisis actors. Photographers going upstairs. At the end, the officers leading them. It just says they're up here. This is all fake. Look at this. One guy now coming over. This is bad acting. Come on up. There you go. There's your crisis actors again. Great. So easily. And what happened? And then you have the same guy here
sitting up on Summit, and one marked state trooper vehicle, two black SUVs. There's three state trooper vehicles escorted, four Antifa shuttle buses right here front and center. There was actually 5 vehicles total. There was 3 up front, 2 in the back. They escorted right here, waited for them to get off their buses, and they had the state troopers unloaded and took their positions.
Gotta love America. It's America. There's the same guy at the BLM. This guy with the hat. That's a classic. What an idiot. He wears it to the BLM shit, and then this guy with the swastika on his hand. They're all the same people in the same places. There he is. The BLM rally and the DC rally. We are being tooled and played. We will see what happens. CNN is touting that Trump says, okay, take it on the 20th. No, Trump said there will be an orderly transition on the 20th. He didn't say who it would be transitioned to. Yes, I'm holding out hope. Of course, you have to. And, I mean, we have 13 days. Let's be serious. All you Q supporters, Trump supporters, good guy, bad guy supporters, there's 13 days left before the reins are handed to the deep state again. If nothing happens in those 13 days and it is handed over to the deep state, you could kiss America goodbye, unfortunately. I'll still be fighting, but without any power behind the scenes, it's pretty much a hopeless cause. But I'll still fight for it. The guys Dick Allgaier talks about who have controlled our lives for so long will be taking over. Then again, 13 days, a lot can be accomplished. For example, releasing all the facts. If you're mad about the social media banning everybody and censoring the information, you should be even more mad at Trump and the good guys for censoring the information that they have on the bad guys. We got 13 days for them to release everything. This is what I've always been pissed off about. Everything was done in the shadows. How can people make an informed decision if you're not telling us the truth? And that goes for the good guys and the bad guys. It's impossible. We're the victims. The people of the United States are the victims of their government, both the good guys and the bad guys. We need all the information, and we need it now, or we will lose our country in 13 days. Because the left doesn't know. I was sitting there downtown in my little town yesterday. Amy and I sitting there eating a sandwich, and this lady across from me is a bleeding heart liberal, is talking to anybody who passes by. She tried to talk to us. I'm like, hey, people are pissed off. And she's like, oh my God, insurrections. Who are these people? They're crazy. They're trying to overthrow the government. I don't know how these people don't love Joe Biden. I'm like, you really don't know? Because she watches CNN. And everything is hidden from the people. And America can never be great if everything is hidden. And we're seeing that as social media. Social media has blocked the other side of the story. And Trump and the good guys have blocked the real side of the story, that things are being done behind the scenes. And these criminals are being taken out. That's all got to end in the next 13 days or we lose our country, in my opinion. Anyway, win-win is roadtoroot.com. I will be still broadcasting till the last day. They'll probably kick me off YouTube soon, but yeah, so be it. Definitely get yourself some Theta with all the other cryptos going up and Theta just sitting there. Great time to do some swaps. Bitcoin, Litecoin, whatever you got. XRP, obviously. XRP will continue to go up as long as it looks like Biden and the bad guys are going to get in my opinion. All this is my opinion. This is not financial advice. Great Jenny Moonstone readings. Jenny still has. It comes down to the last second, and then Biden is not put in. We will see. But check out the Jenny Moonstone readings. Great stuff. Silver Nights. You want to know what's going to happen to silver and when? Watch the Road to Ruta. Really interesting time. I told the private road last week. No, I think I announced it to everybody. This was going to be the week of government chaos, which we're seeing, obviously. Next week is the week of financial chaos. So hang on to your hats, my friends. It's Bix Weir. roadtoroot.com.